Welcome. This is A Vision Media Broadcast. Once again, we are here. You can catch us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 66, 966 HD, and we have another special show. This is the legendary Wanda Dee, MC Wanda Dee, and also we have DJ. The first hip hop female DJ, and also husband Eric Floyd, correct?
Thank you. Husband and manager.
Husband and manager.
I've got my dick in the cash register.
he has a double bubble going on. He's the husband and manager. They're going to come on, to talk about the legacy of what they build. How are you today?
We are great.
Floyd-tastic.
And I'm wonderful.
That's wonderful. I'm great over here.
It's an hour. We can go wherever you want to go.
Yes.
No topic is off limits.
All right, but cool. Okay. You grew up in the Bronx. Am I correct? In Bronx,
Correct.
New York?
Mm-hmm. Bronx, New York.
And
born in Harlem and raised in the Bronx.
Raised in the Bronx, born in Harlem. Okay.
Yes.
Where's it at? And as a teenager, you became the first hip hop DJ and a protege of Kool Herc.
Yeah, first hip hop female DJ.
Yes, first hip hop female DJ and a protege of Kool Herc. Can you go back
and Afrika Bambaataa as well?
The Afrika Bambaataa. Okay, can you go back? Can you walk us down how all of that happened for you? How it started?
Well, I was listening to a lot of mixtapes, and I heard Grandmaster Flash on the mixtape, and I was like, wow, he's like super duper quick on the turntables.
Turntables, right.
And he was just stupendous, and I was like, you know what? I want to do that. I said, so I practiced, did all my practicing and stuff like that. And I said, you know what? I want to be the first female DJ out there, because if a guy can do it, a woman can do it too. And so I approached that and did my homework and put in the work and the time. And I went out there and grabbed all the records, the breakbeat records and stuff like that. Bought my own equipment, and I just went for it.
Wow. So I know you had a mentor. Who actually, was there somebody on top of you saying, look, do it like this, you do it like that? Who taught you how to become that DJ?
Me. I taught myself.
Because so no one was there like, you do it this way, you grab it, you mix it. Wow.
No. So I started with, believe it or not, a one turntable and 8-track tape.
Wow.
That's how I started.
Sound like the Flintstones.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a little while ago.
Yabba dabba dee.
Yeah. And so I took it from there, and here I am today.
I know you named a few people. Who are some of your biggest influences in the music industry back then coming up?
Like I said, Grandmaster Flash, Kool Herc, Afrika Bambaataa, Grand Wizard Theodore, Charlie Chase, all those guys.
Wow, yes. So that was back. So you had it going on back then, and back then it was more fun when breakdancing and DJing. It was much fun back then,
Oh yeah, no violence.
Wanda wanted to be a female Flash.
Yes,
that was her objective.
That was my objective.
A female Flash. Wow. And Mr. Floyd, by the way, Eric Floyd, were you? I know you were deep in her career. Can you tell me, how did that go for you? Was it a little difficult, or how was it working with her?
When she first decided to become a DJ, that preceded me. I wasn't there. That was 1977.
Yes.
So I wasn't around yet. Plus, Wanda's 3 years older than me, and she's always going to be 3 years older than me. So I was still getting my feet wet and everything else I could get wet at the time. However, I'm grateful that Kool Herc and Bambaataa both took her under their wings. Mm-hmm. And with the power they had then, and even today, the respect, they had put out a charge, nobody's to fuck with Wanda Dee.
That's right.
And so she was able to carry her crates of records on her little rolly trolley through the subways and into the projects and
Edenwald projects,
in the Bronx
River projects,
and Manhattan, the ferry, Staten Island.
Yeah.
And nobody fucked with Wanda Dee because they were told by both Herc's camp and Bambaataa's camp, don't fuck with Wanda Dee. And I want to thank them for that. Because by the time I got to Wanda Dee, I was the first one to finally fuck Wanda Dee.
And boy, he did.
Wow. Okay.
They kept her safe. Nobody bothered her.
No, not at all.
But that was a good thing. You know, it was like your bodyguards at times, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And how was it? Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
when I came along, I simply said to Wanda, you know, you're an amazing DJ. Beat Street had already historialized it. You know, the first female DJ, black or white, ever depicted in a motion picture was Wanda Dee in Beat Street. And she'll tell you more about how Harry Belafonte cast her in the movie. But I knew that as she was making the transition from DJ to rapper, something I helped institute for her, I said, well, if you're going to be a rapper, don't wear sneakers and jeans and gold chains and sweatsuits like the rest of the girls, emulating the men. Be the one thing a man can never be. Be 100% woman. And having worked with the likes of legends like Lena Horne and Eartha Kitt, Shirley Bassey, Dionne Warwick, I brought all that glamour and glitz in Las Vegas and furs and diamonds and high heels and dances. I brought all that to Wanda, and that's how the goddess of rap was born. And that way superseded and preceded, you know, Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj and Eve and Salt and Pepper. She was the first to lay down those bricks in the foundation of hip hop.
And catsuits. Don't forget the catsuits.
Boy, everyone can't wear a catsuit, but you certainly can. She got a great future behind her.
So you did wear the catsuits though back then, right?
Huh?
You wore the catsuits, right? Back then.
She's still wearing them. She was on stage last month wearing them.
Wow. And since you mentioned B Street, I was going to get right into that.
Take your time.
How did that happen with getting cast into that spectacular hip hop movie? How did that happen with that?
It happened by word of mouth, actually, because when they were auditioning for the movie, they had practically hired everybody. And so word kept coming back to Harry Belafonte, you need to talk to Wanda Dee, this chick, the female DJ, Wanda Dee, you need to give her a call. And so everybody kept telling them, call me and call. And so I got that call one day. And they was holding the last bit of the auditions, and they were like, you know, we heard about you and we want you to come down to audition. But they were like, you know, it's right now it's like a cattle call.
It's a madhouse.
It was a madhouse. So they said, you know what? Let me call you back. They spoke to Harry Belafonte and they arranged for him to meet me in the Bronx. And so they put together the schedule. They told me when he was coming, and I was at a rec center in the Bronx at 183rd Street.
And she wrecked shit.
Yeah, so he came up there with his assistants and his son.
And when he walked in the room, he said, hello, hello.
Oh, okay. That's how that went.
And so I got on the turntables and I was scratching and back flipping, back spinning and everything and doing my thing. And all of a sudden when I was done, I walked over to him and I said, do you have a part in this movie for a female DJ? And he said, now I do.
That was amazing. I was going to ask you when they had this everything set up. They had it set up already for you to go back there and start mixing, right?
No, I set it up. That was my.
That was your.
I had to bring all that equipment, all my records up there myself.
So how long were you practicing for? Well, performing for them to get that part? Was it just a short time?
It didn't take long. It was like good, like 10 minutes. That's it.
10 minutes.
And he was sold. Yeah, he was sold.
Wow. I was just watching it. By the way, I was born and raised in the South. I was just watching it. Did you talk to any of the cast, that's still around?
Sure.
Yeah, Melly Mel, good friend.
Yeah, Mel's still here. Mm-hmm.
Afrika Bambaataa.
Mm-hmm.
The list goes on.
Dougie Fresh,
Wanda Dee, everybody. Yeah.
We're all still friends. We work together a lot. We just communicated with Doug this morning. Bambaataa called her twice this week. He's in France right now, playing in Lyon.
Mm-hmm.
Melly Mel and her were together about 2 months ago in San Pedro, California. Muscle Simmons, as they call it. Yeah, but we still keep in touch, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
that's good. The cast still, talk every now and then. That's great. And I know that you do a lot as far as your rapping, your DJing. How do you describe your style?
As an MC?
As an MC, how do you describe your style?
No one's ever asked you that question before.
No.
Good one.
A rapper with sex appeal.
Oh, rapper with sex appeal. Okay.
Sexy rap.
Sexy rap. That's right.
Sexy rap.
The name one. Go ahead.
Class always prevails.
Yeah.
Wanda is very sexy, still is. Her lyrics, when you listen to the Bone or The Goddess, you're welcome. They're very provocative without being lascivious. Okay. She never sang about her wet ass pussy and things like that. Not that there's a problem with that. It's a path that she chose, that she had limits that she would always have when it came to what she would say. You'll never find the N-word in any of her songs. She don't believe in that. You're either standing for something or falling for anything. Mm-hmm. So whether it's in her live shows or on record, she's not laying down the N-word, which we think is ridiculous. No other race does that. I don't hear one single rapper call themselves a gook or a kike or a spick. None of that. It's just us, and we don't dig it. I don't care about this nigger. Mm-hmm. I don't think the word should be dead and retired, because so many of our ancestors died with that being the last word that they heard.
There aren't any bitches and hoes in my records.
Die nigga, burn nigga, drown nigga. We don't need to be a lyric, okay? We should have some more self-respect for ourselves and our ancestors. Right. And as far as the sex goes, Wanda's act has always been very sexy and provocative, like Edie Chacon or Grace Jones, and unapologetically, because she owns her sexuality. She's a full-on bisexual woman. She's always been loud and proud about it. It's never made me unhappy that she's bisexual. I guess I'm a lesbian.
I've been wearing chaps for over 3 decades on stage.
Chaps. With the ass out.
With the ass out, chaps.
Yeah, it was more class and elegance for you when you were out there. Like
always. And to this day, she fills up stadiums, arenas, and headlines festivals around the world. 45, 65,000 people, 100,000 people. Tallinn, Estonia, she did a record-breaking 200,000 people. That's all on her YouTube channel. Goddess Empire Entertainment. You can see it all.
And I still wear my ass out in chaps.
When she feels like it. She ain't lacking on the back end.
Wow. When I think about back in the day, I call it the golden years, because I love the golden years. And if you look at the work, my website, I don't know if you saw my website or the work I do, I go back and find legends, and this is what I do. Yeah. And was it more fun for you back then? Because now it seems like it's about getting the bag. Everybody want to grab the bag. It's like there's no pureness. It's not fun no more. When I call it rap, it's not no hip hop. Was it more fun for you back then, as opposed to you want to get rich? How was it back then? How was that feeling back then when you started DJing and rapping? Was it for the money? Not that we don't need money, we do. But back then, how was that for you? Like, it
was for the love of it, the passion of it.
There you go. Okay.
And fun, of course. The money, it'll come.
Okay.
But we were out there just doing our things. I wasn't even thinking about, am I going to be making a mark in this business? I wasn't thinking of that at all. I was just going out there trying to be known, trying to get myself known and have fun while doing it, and that's all it was. That's all it was.
Wow.
Money, no.
If I could add some texture to that, it's never easy being the first anything, especially with our people, because whatever they don't understand,
they fear.
And they get intimidated. And so we had a lot of female rappers, one in particular, Harmony, who said, you know, well, you're making us look like sluts who sell records with our butts, which is really what they do today. But still, she was like, no, I'm just being myself. That shouldn't take anything away from you and your journey. And there was a lot of that. And then it was, you know, the side eyes and who does she think she is and blah, 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 blah. And then they made these predictions. You know, she was a flash in the pan act. She'll be gone in about 3 years. And then, you know, no one will ever hear from her again. And what a waste of energy. And then there was the rumors, you know, I'm Ike Turner. She's Tina Turner. I'm whipping her ass.
Not at all.
Not at all. So they didn't understand. So they started making up shit. And that's what people do. The only thing far more deadlier and predictable than Mother Nature is human nature. So then as the years go by and the years become decades and Wanda keeps climbing, still the only recording artist in history to have platinum success as a DJ with Blue Eyes in 1986 with PWL Critique Records, where she's scratching on her own record whilst also rapping. Then platinum success as a female rapper and the first sexy one. Then transitioned to singer with the KLF on Arista, BMG through Clive Davis. Then to be a multilingual singer who sings in 7 languages. I mean, how many people have made that many stops? DJ, and then rapper, and then singer, and then multilingual singer. So now, meanwhile, 40 years later, we're still married.
Yeah.
She sold 35 million records around the world, platinum in 77 countries, and has sold out shows in 48 US states, 150 global cities, in 90 countries on 6 continents. Now every head must bow. Every mouth must confess. What she did was wise. She blazed a trail of her own rather than follow a path made by others. And that's why she's in over 40 different rap history books. And MTV just recognized her for the one that put sex in the rap game. It wasn't Little Kim. I love Little Kim. We both do.
Yes.
But she came around in the 90s. In the 80s, Wanda brought sex to rap. It's irrefutable, it's indisputable.
Wonderful. And Eric, you just answered everything I was going. You just went through everything.
Other questions. Have a good evening. God bless you.
But now in the early 90s, you signed a multi album, right? In the 90s with
PWL.
produced by that was
Stock Waterman.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what does that stand for? PWL. What is that?
Peter Waterman Limited.
So you signed the deal.
Is a big producer in England, and he had 2 partners, Stock, Akin, and Waterman. So it's Mike Stock, Matt Aiken, and
Waterman.
Peter Waterman.
Yeah.
And these 3 guys not only were, but they are the most successful producers in the United Kingdom. They've had over 200 #1 records. It's ridiculous.
That's
Kylie Minogue, Jason Donovan, Donna Summer, our friend, what's her name? Who made Don't Make Me Over from
Don't Make Me
Lonnie
Over.
Gordon. Right. The one from New Jersey. Her name is
Sybil.
Sybil. There you go. Sybil. So many big hits. Oh, let's not forget Rick Astley. Never Gonna Give You Up.
Exactly.
That's all their music.
Yeah. Wow.
So
So they big up. Yeah.
A $5 million deal for 5 albums, but she turned out to be history making again. She was the last artist they ever signed because they broke up as a production company. They weren't getting along. They had some problems with Inland Revenue, which is their version of the IRS, and they just sort of dissolved. And we're like, but what about the album? They're like, well, we didn't get to finish it, but keep the money. They didn't have to tell us twice.
Wow.
So we kept the money.
That was my next question. What happens to the money if things go sour? And you said it kept.
If things go south, the money goes north with us. That's where the hell it went. It went back to America.
Now, I always thought that if things go wrong, you kind of owe them now, or they take what they gave you. So I didn't know. So there was no lawyers or no suing involved. They just gave you the money, and that was it.
in advance. That's why.
And you also,
okay.
we also have to remember, England was very good to Wanda and still is.
Okay.
And I'll take you through the timeline in 30 seconds. When she did Beat Street in 84, her first tour outside of the US ever as anything was as a DJ
in London.
In London at the Lyceum Theatre.
Yeah.
That was the first thing.
Oh,
I'll let Wanda give you the details. But then she came back, and then Peter Waterman said, I want to sign you as a rapper. Now, remember, Beat Street's 84. 2 years later in 86, he signs her as a rapper DJ, and she does Blue Eyes, first platinum single by any female.
And I'm rapping and DJing on that record.
So then when that deal is over, he signs her again about 10 years later in now 96. So it was from 86 to 96. He signs her again for the $5 million deal as a singer. Signed to the label twice. Now what happens in between 86 and 96 in those 10 years? Two of the interns at PWL were Bill Drummond and Jim Carty. These are the two producers of the KLF. And Wanda became the voice of the KLF, which is why she got the deal again with Peter Waterman as a singer, because she sold millions of records with the KLF and co-wrote the biggest hits on the song and starred in music videos.
Now you did the singing. See, you have a lot of hats. You wore a lot of hats back then. Now Eric, is it true that you told while she was DJing, you convinced her to rap? Like did you tell her?
Yeah, I did. Only because this is show business. It's not sing business, it ain't dance business, it ain't DJ business. It's show. It's show and business. Wanda, she'll never say these things about herself, but I'm glad to say them. She's built like a brick shit house without a brick out of place. She's gorgeous. So I'm like, why are you sitting or standing behind a DJ booth? What the hell is that about? You got to get out front, while you're young and supple.
So you saw something in her she didn't see in herself at that time.
I saw it every night. She took her clothes off.
No, I hear you, man.
I'm like, sharing is caring. So she, didn't take much convincing. We trust each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
People always say, what's the success ingredient for a successful marriage like ours of 40 years?
Yeah.
And it's not love. Love is third.
Trust is first.
And then respect. And then love.
Yeah.
And so because we trust each other, she trusted me when I said, listen, trust me, you need to start rapping. Salt and Pepper asked Wanda to be their DJ before any of the Spinderellas. And she said,
wow. Okay.
No, thank you.
Oh, you turned it down?
Yeah, I wanted to be solo. Yeah.
Especially after being in partnership with Debbie D.
Wow. Debbie D. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanda, after that partnership, said, I'm not partnering with nobody else. She gave the old Betty Davis enough with the partnerships. I'll sing a script on my own.
It forced you to go solo after whatever, the things that you went through. So you were comfortable just going solo. Like, I'm ready to just do this by myself, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I don't have to answer to nobody.
That's right.
Be creative and do what I want. And go where I want and be who I want to be.
Be your own boss. Do you remember the first rhyme do you remember the first rap you wrote?
Do I remember the first?
It'd be Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes.
Oh, you do remember?
Yeah, Blue Eyes.
Oh,
it's called Blue Eyes. Yeah.
And available on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was searching. I was, doing my homework too. The first hit song that the record label was really loved. How long did it take you to write that song?
Well, me and Eric co-wrote a lot.
Am I on Blue Eyes? I'm
not Blue Eyes, but we co-wrote
To the Bone.
To the Bone. And
To the Bone.
I Like It Hard.
I Like It Hard, yeah.
But Blue Eyes, she wrote that.
I wrote that by myself.
Clearly my eyes aren't blue. I don't know who the hell she was talking about.
I wrote that by myself.
In this picture here, her eyes are blue.
Wow, I see.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first verse, a little bit of it?
No.
What I went to the game the other night.
No. You know how many albums I recorded?
Singles and albums. I broke through the crowd with all my might.
Yeah, you have a lot. You also have I Want to See You Sweat, right?
Yeah.
I like it hard. It's also
it was actually To the Bone.
No, I like it hard.
No, he said I want to see you sweat.
No.
It's too
I Want to
long.
See Sweat is the EP.
Right.
That's a different EP, right?
Okay, it's an EP.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you sold over 3 million records, and probably more. I'm just
3 million as a rapper, and about
Yeah.
32 million as a singer.
as a singer.
That's
that
why
trend-
she sold collectively
wow.
35 million records.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 3 million in the 80s and another 32 million throughout the 90s.
90s.
Mhm.
Was it that transition? I'm guessing if you can rap, you can sing. This is what I'm guessing. That transition. Did you have a rap song on that album? They was doing that back then. Like LL did I Need Love. Did you do a rap song on your R&B song album?
Is there any single that you rapped on?
Yeah.
When you started singing? That's a good. You be asking some good questions. These are questions we've never been asked before. You got old people thinking now. We're like, wait a damn minute.
Because I know they was doing that back then. You know.
I Like It Hard.
Oh right. I Like It Hard. I Like It Hard. She's rapping the verses and singing the choruses.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So
And The Goddess, the song, rap song, The Goddess. I'm rapping
that's right.
I'm rapping the verses
and singing the chorus.
Wow.
I love to love you, baby. Yeah.
Okay. And another thing I like to ask, because it kind of it goes in of what I'm saying, but a lot of people would like to know what is the what would you say is the biggest misconception about you?
Woo!
The biggest misconception about me is that I'm a man in drag, and I'm not.
I've heard that one. Wow. The biggest. What great questions.
Oh wow.
Okay.
That I walk around all day with men on chains and G-string and baby oil and me in cat suits.
That's only on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, you can go on that too. You can piggyback too off that. If you
my God, we've had some bouts of internet terrorism and cyberbullying. Yeah. My birthday is 6/6/666, so I'm born the 6th month, the 6th day, 1966 at 6 p.m. weighing 6 pounds 6 ounces. I have 7 6s in my birthday, and so from that, people got a hold of that. Was a devil worshiping cult. That's what Goddess Empire is. They've got women buried underneath the house, and they have wild sex orgies. Okay, maybe the sex orgies, but still, everything else is bullshit. Like I said, if you don't understand, people just make up shit.
Always.
And they kept predicting this self-destructive couple we were going to be. We are lifelong non-drinkers, non-smokers, and non-drug users. We decided very early on how you treat your body up to age 40 decides how your body will treat you after 40.
That's right.
So you could either do a crash and burn, or you could just come down very calm and slowly. Wanda will be 60 years old in 10 days?
Yeah.
April 12th, she'll be 60.
You can't
I'm
tell
57 in June.
And
okay.
That's clean living, ladies and gentlemen.
Working out a little bit.
There's real shit and bullshit.
I do 125 push-ups every single day.
Wow.
Which is not bench pressing me.
And that's like 225, 250.
big inspiration to the world. You are.
Yeah, we have a good time traveling because we get to travel with our best friends, which are ourselves, and a great crew of people. And we've been doing this since the 80s. So we have no complaints about the lives that we lead today. And we make no apologies about it. We have homes all across the country. Yeah. We've been helping out and many people that we can to help them realize their dreams. We've got various multinational companies and conglomerates, and we've done all right for ourselves. And
that's wonderful.
We have fun. That's showbiz rule number 1.
And it's like a working vacation.
Exactly.
Because we're together.
We're together. We experience it all together.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Your team, that bond is strong. It is. And
like Gorilla Glue.
There you go. There you go. It's not coming apart. No. And I know in this industry, you got to have tough skin because
these people
will try to tear you all the way down.
All right, yeah.
And Wanda always say,
no one could come between us unless we put you there.
And if we put you there, that's a nice place to be. If we put you between us.
Well, that's dope because my
No.
question was, how do you handle all of the backlash and naysayers and all of the negativity? How do you handle that?
I don't. Because what you think of me is none of my business.
And whatever you give energy to grows.
Yes, it does.
So
Yes, it does.
we just...
Yeah. We make haters isn't.
That's right. No one pays our bills but us.
No.
So we don't even care what they think, really. It doesn't even matter. We look at it and we laugh and we keep it moving. Dionne Warwick, we love her. She's like a showbiz mom to me and her.
Yeah.
And you know what she told me one day when I looked online and saw some cyberbullying and internet terrorism? Not that she hasn't gone through it herself, and Whitney Houston, God rest her soul. Know what she said? She said, Eric, baby, don't worry about that. She said, only your enemies believe your rumors. Your friends always believe in you.
That's right.
Wow.
And I'm like, that was profound. And it was true. If someone read something stupid about me and Wanda online and then stopped calling us or shunned us at a party,
we don't need you in our lives anyway.
that was never a friend.
Right.
Our friends look at that shit and call us and go, did you see the latest thing written about you guys? This shit is fucking, listen to this. And we laugh about it. But you can't name a single entertainer that doesn't have that. Queen Latifah, P. Diddy.
Everybody is going through that.
Of passage.
Correct.
Everybody's going.
Yes.
So we take ours on the chin, and we're okay with it.
And that's how you
can put us together. You can't tear us apart.
And I label them self-appointed enemies and haters.
That's right.
And we need them. They provide fuel for us to keep going further. You're like, if you can't stand us now, wait till you see what we're about to do next.
It's sad though. It's like that. It is. You it's better to wait for, and it's better to ignore. When you ignore a person, they don't exist. They just don't exist. And also in 2003, let's talk about you forming. Did you form your own record label in 03?
Yeah, girl.
Goddess Empire record label. GERL, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have it going on?
Yeah,
we do.
We have new music coming out this summer. On Wanda. And some amazing duets with her and the late Lolita Holloway on Don't Leave Me This Way. Her and her legendary showbiz mom, Frida Payne.
I Ain't Been Licked,
which Ashford and Simpson wrote. Her and Deatra Hicks on Love Divine, an original track. We got a lot of good stuff coming out this year. And music videos to boot. We just shot 3 of the videos in Las Vegas.
Wow, that's dope. And you know, they just did the 50-year hip hop, 50 years of hip hop. And if you didn't, I don't know if you got a phone call or not to be there. If you didn't get that phone call, and I believe that you should have been there, you should have been on stage. How did that make you feel if you didn't get the call? You know, what were you upset with them because you know you started you helped put the puzzle together? Like this is, you know, how did that make you feel not being there?
I have other things going on in my life and my career, so it didn't faze me not one bit.
Yeah, you know, we're used to not getting the call.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Sometimes they don't want her to join in the reindeer games. And that's okay. We get it. It's very cliquey in this industry. People talk about, we get calls all the time, or even we see postings. Baby D says she's hip-hop's first female DJ for the Mercedes Ladies. And she could be. Maybe she was. But Wanda didn't see her at that time. When Wanda came out, she said, Eric, there was nobody DJing that had a vagina that I saw.
Not in my scope. Okay?
So to keep pounding the pavement about something that happened 45 years ago, and Wanda's sold 35 million records since then and sells out in stadiums and arenas around the world since then. It's people, show us the flyers. Can you prove you've played T Connection? We just got that call last week. Can you prove you played T Connection? I'm like, you know, it was Bambaataa who booked her at T Connection.
That's right.
The first time as a solo DJ. The second time she returned, it was her and Debbie D together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this other historian, she says, well, I was the resident DJ there. I'm like, okay, so maybe you weren't at the time when Wanda came. But why do we have to keep going back in time trying to prove what you did 45 years ago. It's ridiculous.
It's a waste of time and energy.
You can't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror. You'll crash. You got to drive your car looking at the damn windshield.
That's a long time ago.
Wow. So now they're upset because MTV did their research and said, Wanda Dee, hip-hop's first female DJ. Mm-hmm. Now, I want you to just follow me, ladies and gentlemen. If she's 60 years old, and she's looking like this and still wearing the same cat suits and costumes that she wore in the 80s. And if you're an insecure woman in any way, shape, or form, you don't invite Wanda. Just like Diana Ross. They don't invite Diana Ross to all the reindeer games. They get Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Dionne Warwick,
but not Diana
Where's
Ross.
Diana Ross?
That's right.
She's the blueprint.
That's right.
But because people didn't like the fact that Berry Gordy, made a baby with her, and he financed her career, and he financed her movies, all three of them, Lady Sings the Blues, Mahogany, and The Wiz. They're like, fuck that. Like, wait a minute. Whatever she did, she paid her dues too. Don't matter who she paid them to. Don't get upset with Diana Ross, but she is still one of our favorite artists of all time.
That's right.
And is the blueprint when it comes to the word diva. Mm-hmm. She sets the standard for modern artists, Diana Ross. Mm-hmm. She got it from the one that Wanda loves, Josephine Baker.
From the 1920s.
Josephine. That was the original.
She put it down first. She created the ponytail. She created makeup.
Her own makeup line.
She created cat suits.
Costume changes.
Bugle
beads, sequins,
glamour, heels, high heels.
Wow.
She did it all. She wore her ass out.
And she performed topless in 1925.
Wow.
She is Spirit All-Star. She's the alpha of all divas.
Yes. Wow. That's wonderful. And it's sad at the same time to think, the negative part of it, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going. Worry about what's in front of you. Forget what's behind you. That's how you got to look at that.
Doesn't matter if you're the 1st, the 5th, the 30th. Just keep going.
For the record, okay, Wanda's going to claim she was the 30th female DJ in hip hop. If that makes anybody out there feel better, she was number 30. Could the other 29 please come forward and present their receipts? Wanda will be 30th. She did pretty good for herself being the 30th female hip hop.
Yes.
It's just like Jennifer Hudson. She didn't win American Idol. She made it bigger than the rest.
That's right.
She came out.
And she didn't even win. She just made it bigger.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, the EGOT winner.
Yes.
And now her own talk show.
Yes.
If that makes anybody feel better, wanting to be the first, it's ridiculous.
It is.
She represents hip hop. She represents the Universal Zulu Nation wherever she goes in the world. And Zulus all over the world come to her shows. And she still represents it and claims the Bronx. She's never gotten brand new.
I was in Copenhagen, and after I got off stage, this young white boy came over to me and said, "Oh my God, thank you. I'm a Zulu. I'm a part of the Zulu Nation in Copenhagen."
In Denmark.
So, and he was like, "I had to come see your show." And he came out. He followed me in rap and DJing and came to see me as a singer.
Correct.
In EDM music.
This happens all over the world.
Yes.
So it's always disappointing to me because Wanda supports everybody.
Yeah.
MC Light, Queen Latifah, everybody. MC Sharrock, everybody. But it isn't always reciprocated.
That was my next question. You mentioned, Eric, I think you mentioned Debbie D. No, was it Wanda D? You mentioned Debbie D, correct?
I did.
No, he did.
Okay, now Debbie D, I remember Sharrock, Lisa Lee, Debbie D. Were all y'all kind of, rapping together at one time or no? Because
we started together.
Okay.
We put together the group, and I was the DJ, but it was so much
chaos,
bickering and fighting, and I was like, and I said I can't be a part of this anymore, and I walked away.
Was it? And then you and Debbie D remained partners for a second.
Okay.
For a second. Yeah.
Was it Us Girls, the group?
She was never an Us Girls.
No, I was before Us Girls. Before they named them Us Girls, we put together
They were just girls.
Right. Yeah. Okay. We put together the group of with all the top female MCs and DJ, and so I was the DJ and they were the MCs. Yeah. It was Lisa Lee and Shao Rock and Debbie D.
Debbie D. Wow.
And we love them and respect them greatly.
Yeah.
Yeah. On your new label, on the label, Goddess Empire
record label.
Goddess Empire. Girl. Do you have any artists that you're working with now on that label?
Yeah.
One is our son.
Yeah. We have quite a few.
I don't know if you can see.
Okay. Is he singing or he's rapping? Which?
He's singing.
He sings.
Yeah,
Boy, can he
writes and produces his own stuff. So
he was a finalist on the X Factor. He was Vegas's youngest headliner at the Las Vegas Hilton, and I think it was Bow-Legged Lou that said it best. He said from Full Force. He said if Michael Jackson and Prince had a baby, Siamese would be the love child.
Okay. Yeah,
he's an amazing songwriter, singer, and dancer. He's really, really good. And then we have Johnny Diablo, who is a 22-year-old reggaeton pop artist. His singles also, you can find them on YouTube as well. Johnny Diablo, he writes his own stuff and he's drop dead gorgeous. Good-looking kid. And so Wanda is leading the pack, like I said, this year with new material to coincide with the tour. And now we're writing the book so people can stop making up shit.
Yes.
We'll just write it ourselves and own
down the real shit.
Exactly.
Okay, so the book is coming. The book is coming next. Right?
Oh yeah.
You have a date for it?
Well, I would think the fall because we're still writing it right now.
Oh, still writing.
And it's important that you write your books while you can still remember this stuff. Because even now, we used to know stuff and dates and times and places, and people were like, well, are you sure? You know,
we've done so much. And we traveled the world.
I'm quite sure.
There's a lot in the hard drive. And all of it doesn't get filed as junk or something that we should remember that's important. It just gets put away in a file because we're not using it. We're moving forward. And so many of the artists, unfortunately, keep living in the past. What happened 45 years ago? And
you can't change it.
Who has the flyer? Prove it if you don't have a flyer.
What's done is done, as they say.
What's done is done. You know,
Wanda has done at least over 10,000 shows.
Yes. So
in 45 years, how are we supposed to have every flyer and only 365 days in a year?
Wow.
I don't even have. I don't have all the posters of all the concerts that I've done around.
Now, if you had peaked in 1981, that was the greatest thing you ever did, then we'd have all those flyers. But that was just the launch, and she just kept going. Ask Diana Ross for every flyer and every poster of every show she's ever done.
Well, you probably don't have flyers and posters, but do you have? What is your most memorable moment at a venue where you just had a ball?
Oh wow!
You go
now.
First. Oh my God!
You're talking about over 10,000 shows. Okay.
The Cal Palace.
The Cal Palace. Yeah.
Okay.
The Cal Palace
in San Francisco.
And Cal Palace, for those of you who don't know, is like Madison Square Garden for San Francisco.
And it was over 40,000 people there.
New Year's Eve.
And so
2005.
We drove up and it was pouring down rain.
Oh, it started raining.
Oh, it was raining cats and dogs.
And there was a line of people for like 3 miles. And so we're saying
waiting to get in?
Yeah, so we're like, my God.
So we have to drive under the arena to get in.
We're like, who were they online for? The promoter said, for you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wonderful.
But it gets better.
Yeah. And so there's, all these seats and there's a huge Ferris wheel that lights up.
And the arena?
Inside the arena.
They had stilt walkers and fire breathers because it's New Year's Eve. So it was all decadent.
Going on. Yeah.
Gypsies and everything.
Yeah.
And in San Francisco. It gets better. Wow.
And so we're performing and looking down into the audience, and there was all kind of sexual acts happening and going on.
It was
and the arena while y'all was there?
Yes. Folks were fucking in the stands.
Yes.
Wow.
They were giving us a show while we were performing.
So we had to stay
guys
focused.
And girls and girls and guys and fags, hags, and drags, and it was everything.
We had to stay focused and get on with the show.
All of our dances were getting all turned on, and We ended up jumping into the audience. We didn't know that the drop down was as far as we thought mentally it was. So when we went, there's a part more going to do the drop down. But me and the other dancers grabbed hands and went, whoa!
Wow.
It must have been a story. It was it was scaffolding and everything to climb back up on the stage. Wow, also, Wanda tripped that night on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, you tripped?
Oh, yeah. I went down, face down, and bounced back up real fast.
With the microphone.
And I said to the audience, had a nice trip. See you next fall. And they went up like,
wow. Wow. That seemed like it was a wild event going on. You know?
Yeah.
It was a wild event.
It was wild.
New Year's Eve, Cow Palace, 2005.
Yeah.
Google it. Since you want receipts, Cow Palace.
Wow. And
Beatles played there, Elvis played there, and Wanda Dee played there.
Prince played there too.
Prince played there too.
Yeah.
So is it? No, it's not like a stadium. You said it's just like the
arena,
like Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The Cow Palace. It's still there.
Okay. Now you both can answer this. How do you like the music today?
What kind of music?
Right.
EDM, rap music?
We're talking about rap and R&B. The music alone. How do you love what's coming out of the speakers today? I mean, how do you feel about it?
I like some of it.
Okay.
I mean, it's a lot of the rap is like he said,
garbage.
The N-word and bitches and hoes and talking about violence and all that stuff. That I don't like.
I have a show in Vegas that's opening up. I've done it many times, but it's going to be residency this year. It's called Eric Floyd's Old School Party. And it's the best of classic hip hop, dance, disco, soul. Hip hop, dance, disco, soul. Hip hop, dance, disco, and soul.
Okay.
Of the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Wow, that should be.
You can go to YouTube now and put in Eric Floyd's Old School Party, and you'll see prior shows there with people like Montel Jordan and Frida Payne and Sister Sledge and The Emotions and Vanilla Ice. It goes on Sisco. So we love music.
Yeah.
But music should be uplifting, whether it's a ballad or an up-tempo. It should be lifting people's spirits, not having you quivering in fear or getting angry to go out and commit road rage or smack somebody in the face or shoot your fellow brother. Yeah. If that's what you're using your artistry for, it's a waste.
That's right.
So, yeah, I may be harshly judgmental, but the world, as Dion sings, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's what it needs.
That's right.
The Isley Brothers gave us love, and Barry White gave us love. We're good friends with Barry White's widow, Glodine White. She's been a guest in his home. We hang out with her, and he's left her a fabulous legacy of what? Positive music.
That's right.
About love.
Donna Summer, God rest her soul. All the music she left behind was positive. Love to love you, baby. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of today's music if they feel, they being the artist, that they have to fall in line and deliver more negativity into the world through music and using nigga as part of the hook in a song or in the verses. Not a fan of that. Or glorifying, getting high and shooting folks and how many bullets your Glock got in. Who the fuck cares?
Because the N-word was the last thing our ancestors heard before they were murdered.
So, yeah, not a big fan of that. All the greats from Lou Rawls to Kool and the Gang to Earth, Wind, and Fire, all this great music with positive messages, and no one at the family reunion wanted to shoot each other.
No.
I know. It's different. It's different today.
Denise Williams, Mobile Moore, and the list goes on. Melissa Morgan, good music. Prince, Michael, Rick James, David Bowie, Luther. They're all gone. Most of them are gone now. George Michael, all gone. But the legacy of love.
They left a legacy.
Yes.
In turn, they left a legacy with the Whispers. They still doing things. Yes. What's going on now for you guys, as far as like any other endeavors that you have going on?
You, me.
Well, we're putting together your old school party.
Like we said, Eric Floyd's Old School Party for Vegas residency. It's coming up in the fall. And also, me and my writing partner, James London, we wrote 2 movies. We wrote a romantic dramedy called Tainted Love for Cardi B. And we wrote a horror movie for Sofia Vergara and Angela Bassett. It's called Dark Intentions. So we're going to be working on both of those films even before we do the Old School Party. And then Wanda's always touring all over the world. That's always fun, being able to get out and see the folks.
Yeah, we just got back from Norway and Czech Republic.
Correct. And we were in the UK. We were in Newcastle as well.
Okay.
So you can always count on us being out there practicing what we preach.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. It seems, you're doing great things. Keep going. Keep showing the world that y'all still extravagant together and doing major things. That's wonderful.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us on your show.
Yes.
Oh man, it's a pleasure. I thank you. I thank you, Eric, for setting everything up. I thank you, Wanda, for agreeing to it. I thank you so much. I really do.
Thank you for having me and Eric.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I just want to
you'll get some letters too, because everyone's gonna like what I said in this interview.
Nope.
Look at my face. You can see it's not a caring one.
Oh yeah. Who cares? Who cares? Because just you express yourself and you let everything out. And this is an interview. And who cares what they think? Who cares?
So who cares?
So what? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and they all stink.
Thank you so much. MC, DJ, she got a lot of hats. This is Wanda Dee. She has a lot of hats. Eric Floyd. There you go. I thank y'all so much for this interview. This is A Vision Media Broadcast. We had two legends, Eric Floyd and Wanda Dee, the DJ, the singer, the rapper. Eric Floyd is the husband manager. He got a lot of hats. He wears a lot of hats also. The book.
And producer.
No hair, just a lot of hats.
and producer. And the book is dropping. Well, the book will be coming soon. The book is coming soon. I thank y'all so much.
And God is with you always.
Thank you. Salute. Thank you.